NFL Draft goes down tonight, which is always a holiday when you're a Cleveland fan, traditionally picking in the top 10, which of course we are again this year. And probably even more so with all the sports on this crazy hiatus. So it's going to be a super exciting event, always interesting when the Browns are on the clock. And we're about to be on the clock. And by we, I mean myself and the indomitable Mr. Grayson Murray, a former Browns video and graphic guy who was a lifelong Browns fan / sufferer, just like me and a lot of you out there. So first off, Grayson, welcome to the program here. How excited are you for the NFL Draft? Breaking up, this quarantine monotony that we've fallen into.
Can't wait, Brian. It's really given me something to focus on and look forward to.
All right, we call this the 2-minute drill, pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. We'll get to as many questions, topics, and scenarios for the Browns in tonight's draft as we can. Grayson, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Assuming the player is still on the board at the time that the Browns pick, who ultimately would you like to see them take at number 10?
I'd like the Browns to pick Andrew Thomas, the offensive tackle from Georgia. I think based on their moves from last month, they're ready to win now. And I think that Andrew Thomas is a plug-and-play guy that can start from day one, who give the Browns the best chance to win. Baker needs his blind side protected, and I think that Andrew Thomas can do that.
I love it, man. I'm all in with that. Two-time All-American, I believe a first-teamer if I'm not mistaken. And his last name is Thomas at left tackle. If you're a Browns fan, of course you know that means big things. All right, the Browns have been involved in a lot of trade discussions. Most of them, though, have the team moving back in the draft. Do you like them moving back if they can get some different picks and some scenarios there?
I like it in theory, Brian, but the problem is the last several times we've done that, we've been burnt. We have let other teams take great players, and we have missed out on those players only to draft poor players the next year. I think, like I said, we're ready to win now, and we need to get a left tackle. That's what we need to do, okay? So if one of those top 3, top 4 tackles are there, and the Browns have them graded as if they can start right away, I think that's who we have to go to. We can't get cute this year. We got to take somebody. There's pressure. We need to win now.
I'm with you, man. We got Jack Conklin coming in, so the right side, that's taking care of the left side. We got to fulfill it. I've been hearing that the Saints maybe at 24 want to move up, the Falcons and the Broncos at 15 and 16. So depending on how juicy and enticing they make it, maybe a future first rounder for next year. But in my opinion, I'm with you. I don't like it. Let's stay put and get that left tackle. The Browns got a rookie GM going into his first ever draft. How confident are you in Andrew Berry getting the job done?
I like Andrew Berry. He's from Harvard. He's unshakable. But there's a misconception that he's not a football guy, but he is. He came in the league in scouting. He wasn't an analytics guy right off the bat like DePodesta. Like, he has a football background. I just think he's got some charisma and swagger to him that I find myself trusting in.
As much as I didn't want to see John Dorsey leave, I was a really big fan of that guy. I feel like this year, under this particular scenario, where most of the scouting is being done digitally and you're having to use like the Zoom communication like we are now, just to talk with your employees and your different staffers, I think that this is a good time to have a millennial as your GM and not somebody that walks around with binders and is still using notebooks and taking handwritten notes. So I think Andrew Berry is the man for the 2020 draft for the Browns. And I've got a shocking scenario to throw at you, Grayson, because we're way over 2 minutes. Tua Tagovailoa. Obviously, it looks like he's going to be a top 3-4 pick, but if he's still on the board at number 10, if you are the Browns, do you select him?
I don't. No, we have more pressing needs than quarterbacks. We need somebody to protect our quarterback, Baker Mayfield. I can just see that going poorly if we took another quarterback in round 1.
I'm all in on my man Baker. He hangs out with me. He shakes and bakes on the wall all night long out here at the OH Report. So that's the Browns. We'll probably call it the 3-minute drill. We scored him. It might be a little late, but we still got the job done. Grayson, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Brian.